What's going on, Husker Nation? We've got breaking news coming out this morning, afternoon, depending on when you see this. Maybe it's in the evening time. Nebraska has canceled the series with Tennessee in 2026 and 2027. This was a game that Nebraska has had on the schedule for a long time. This is a game that we all have been looking forward to for years. And right before it starts, it gets pulled out from underneath. This is not a good look for Nebraska. Perception is reality. And the downside here is I'm more than confident to make a general assumption that Troy Dannen, Nebraska's athletic director, went to Danny White, the athletic director at Tennessee, and said, hey, we've got some stadium renovations we're doing in 2026. Would you guys like to come to Lincoln in 2028? Or maybe we make 2027 Nebraska home game, and then the next year we'll come to Tennessee. I am fairly confident that conversation was had. And Danny White was like, no, we're not doing that. And, of course, especially now with the Big Ten kind of reigning supreme in college football right now, with Ohio State dismantling Tennessee, with Ohio State beating Notre Dame, with Oregon being as good as they are, Michigan won a title just a season ago. This is a way for them to kind of stick it to the Big Ten a little bit, I imagine. I can't imagine Troy Dannen would say, yeah, we're just going to cancel it altogether. There was negotiations that had to have gone on, and instead Danny White wanted to just say, you know what, we're not going to accommodate, which is fine. They don't have to. But he made a statement pretty quickly after the Pete Thamel report came out saying, Tennessee is not canceling the series. Nebraska did. He's not telling you that Nebraska offered to play a different day, because why would he? Regardless, it's a bad look for Nebraska. Perception is reality. But we also have to think about this rationally and not emotionally, which is exactly what everybody's doing on Twitter or X or whatever. Everyone's in their emotions about it. No one's thinking rationally. Nebraska has 7 home games in 2027. They're going to be doing a massive $700+ million stadium renovation. This sucks, don't get me wrong. But adding an 8th home game is huge in terms of generating money. Nebraska has added Bowling Green in 2026 in place of Tennessee. They've added Miami of Ohio and Northern Iowa in 2027. With reduced capacity, you have to generate more revenue. And traveling to Knoxville does not generate revenue like playing in front of some crappy podunk team and you can have 75,000 fans in attendance. You'll get more TV ratings, but you already have a TV contract that's guaranteed. It sucks, though. And it's a tough pill to swallow because Tennessee would have been a great matchup. So we're hoping the extra home games help with revenue. But it is a letdown. But this will all blow over. It'll all be okay. Everyone needs to chill out because it's not the end of the world like everyone's trying to make it out to be on Twitter or on X. I'll read a statement here from Nebraska as well. It's a little lengthy, so I apologize, but I want to make sure that I'm just reading the statement as it is. So this is from the athletic department. Huskers announced changes to future non-conference football schedules. The University of Nebraska previously scheduled non-conference matchups with the University of Tennessee in 2026 and 2027. They have been canceled. And the Huskers have announced 3 non-conference additions in the 2026 and 2027 seasons. We are making plans to embark on major renovations in Memorial Stadium that may impact our seating capacity for the 2027 season. Like I said, think rationally, not emotionally. That's what Troy Danon said. He continues, the best scenario for us is to have 8 home games in 2027 to offset any potential revenue losses from reduced capacity. The additional home games will also have a tremendous economic benefit of the Lincoln community. Again, think rationally, not emotionally. Nebraska has replaced Tennessee on the schedule with home games against Bowling Green on September 12th of 2026 and Miami of Ohio, September 11th, 2027. Additionally, Nebraska has added a matchup against Northern Iowa on September 8th, 2027 to complete its non-league or non-conference schedule for 2027. The matchup with Bowling Green and Miami are the first against each of these opponents in Nebraska history. The Huskers' 2027 meeting with Northern Iowa will be the second between the schools following Nebraska's 34-3 win last September in the first ever matchup. The 2027 season will mark the first time Nebraska has played 8 home games at Memorial Stadium since 2013. That's actually kind of crazy. Nebraska enters the 2025 season with 403 consecutive sellouts at Memorial Stadium, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. This is what I was really curious about, too. This is huge, because I thought this might be something they do in the future with canceling other big games. Future non-conference series against 4 conference opponents non-conference opponents include the University of Arizona, 2028 and 2031, the University of Oklahoma, 2029 and 2030, the University of Cincinnati, 2032, and Oklahoma State University, 2034 and 2035. These are way out. None of which are impacted. Perfect. So everyone can make it, seem like Nebraska's ducking Tennessee, and maybe they are a little bit, but what's to stop them from canceling the Arizona series at this rate? Like, if it's really about ducking an opponent, you would just cancel Oklahoma while you're at it, right? Like, people are freaking out on Twitter, and if you don't have Twitter, I highly suggest you check it out because everyone on there is thinking emotionally and not rationally. So, but I want to know your thoughts too, especially because I, for one, am not happy with it. But again, from a business perspective, it makes sense. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Did Nebraska screw up? Is Nebraska in the wrong for doing this? Let me know down below. Have a good one, everyone, and welcome to the Voice of College Football.